How you doing? And welcome to Neither Real Music. I'm Ed. Today we're going to be building an open D major chord as well as looking at a D Mixolydian open scale. We'll be continuing our look at the key of G major with these chords. Before we get started, please take a moment and subscribe and ring the bell so you know when your next lesson is coming. Let's take a look at our chord. To build an open D major chord, we're going to use our first 4 strings. We're going to start with string number 4, no fingers, D. Then we're going to take our first finger and put it in our 2nd fret of our 3rd string, A. After that, we're going to use our 3rd finger in our 3rd fret of our 2nd string, D. And then our 2nd finger in my 2nd fret of my 1st string, F sharp. When we strum those all together, they sound like this. So once again, the letters for this chord are D, A, D, and F sharp. This is a very common chord in a lot of songs, so it's one of the few chords that I highly recommend learning and making sure you can get right. The most common mistakes that happen with this chord are related to where your fingers are and your knuckles. If your knuckles are underneath the guitar, you'll usually not be able to get your first string to ring. So by taking your knuckles and pushing them out in front of the guitar, you could get all of the notes to ring. Now let's take a look at our D Mixolydian scale. Our D Mixolydian scale starts once again with our 4th string, no fingers, D. Next, we're going to use our 2nd finger in our 2nd fret of our 4th string, E. After that, we're going to use our 4th finger, 4th fret, 4th string, F sharp. Now we're going to move down a string, 3rd string, no fingers, G. Next will be 2nd finger, 2nd fret, 3rd string, A. We'll move down a string again, 2nd string, no fingers, B. Then we're going to use our 1st finger, 1st fret, 2nd string, C. And last, 3rd finger, 3rd fret, 2nd string, D. So once again, the letters for this are D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D. So let's try that with a little bit of time, and then you can see it with a tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's hear that with a tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's take a look at that scale descending. So we're going to be going backwards. In this case, we're going to be starting with my 3rd finger on my 3rd fret, D. So if we just take those same letters and we do them backwards, we'll have D, C, B, A, G, F sharp, E, D. Let's take a look at that one more time. D, C, B, A, G, F sharp, E, D. Now we're going to take a look at that with a little bit of time, and once again you'll have a tab to follow along with. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now with some tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what we're going to do is put those two ideas together. I'll play it one time ascending and then descending. So we'll have D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, D, C, B, A, G, F sharp, E, D. One more time. So D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, D, C, B, A, G, F sharp, E, D. Now let's practice that with some time and a tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now with the tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Be careful not to play C sharp when you work through this scale. It's very easy to want to change the scale to something more recognizable, like a basic major scale. But when you're learning modes, the point of the mode is the different notes between one mode and the other. It could sound a little weird the first couple of times you do it, but as you start applying modes to your soloing and put them in context, they fit, and that's the point of them. If you enjoyed this lesson, please subscribe and ring the bell. I am trying to grow this channel, so every subscription helps tremendously. If you really enjoy lessons like this, consider joining Patreon, where I put up stuff that has a lot more context. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. Compliments are nice, but questions let me know that you're working on these things. Good luck and good practice.